Hello and welcome everyone, welcome to another Ration Custom. Today we're having a look at a game played on the Korean server, and it is Defts Irelia. Now he will be picking up the Irelia for the top lane. And his enemy top laner is going to be a J, so that is going to be a very interesting matchup, especially since Defts obviously not an Irelia player, so we will see how exactly he approaches this. And I wanted to watch this video from the angle of someone who says, okay, how do you open up a matchup? How do you understand a matchup as a pro player of that caliber, right? One of the greats of the Korean server. How do you open up a matchup, and how do you learn slash how do you act, right? Because I would assume that most of him, in this case, is just knowledge of the basics of the matchup and the game, which is something that you can easily copy, right? Whereas in comparison, for example, a Irelia one trick, watching an Irelia one trick, the problem with that could be that they know specifically because Jace took this rune or he did this thing differently, I can find it all in here. Where Defts is going to play this much more cookie cutter, much more basic, and that is exactly what we want to see. So, starting off, he is walking into the lane with the minions, holding to the bottom side because he is expecting Jace to try to bully him and to stand inside of the bush. Now, Jace has already used his first shot, which to Defts signals that he can get himself a decent, beautiful, that he can get himself a decent farm lead already, and then obviously together with his jungler they pick up a kill here. And so what exactly was it that happened? So first of all, the first mistake that Jace made was he didn't bully Defts as hard as he could, and he got kind of he got outplayed already on the spacing before the gank came through. Ooh, the E is going to miss though. Defts is auto-attacking nonetheless though. But yeah, this is a much more difficult situation now to deal with for Defts. Yeah. Note that he doesn't use his Q to last hit the minions, because it will get him closer to the Jace, right? And that will allow Jace to get free hits on him, which we are not interested in. So the Jace EQ doesn't land here. Ooh, Jace Q and auto attack land though. That's pretty big, as Jace will want to bully. Jace holding his attacks here, but it's not going to be enough as the Kayn re-ganks. And that is all she wrote for the matchup. Ooh. Sylvie will pick up a kill for himself on to the Zoe. Switch these two around. As Defts is going to keep the wave frozen here. These are 3 minions. It was 4 minions. 3 minions in favor of the blue team, which means that is going to be a freeze. And so far, what has he done? I mean, we start out in the beginning with him being very respectful to the Jace's auto attacks and damage, and then just kind of holding back. And once the gank comes, he then opens up and obviously helps out his jungler, as his jungler might find himself in a little bit of trouble. Will make his way out though, as Jace now moving into the wave again has his jungler in the back, so he can step up like this. And here Zoe scans, knows exactly where Lee Sin is, as there is no kill pressure here for the Irelia, except now obviously there is a level lead, which level lead is pretty big, but I think that one is kind of equalized by the lack of resources here by Defts, which specifically I mean HP, right? And Defts is playing this very safe. He could play for a level 6 power spike, but it is quite unlikely. And here we have Defts covering his bases. He places a ward in there, and he sees Lee Sin. He knows Lee Sin is here now, as you can see from the ward. So a gank is avoided. The dive could have been an option, but he knows that he has a lot of options, and they're not 100% sure what his XP is, so you can't dive a level 6 Irelia. It's already scary to dive a level 5 Irelia, just because of her W, and obviously her stun, but the W specifically is super scary against stuff like Lee Sin and the Jace, because both of them deal physical damage in a bursty way. So, you know, if you find a good W there as Irelia, you live for so much longer, and then the tower deals about 6k more damage. Flash coming out of the Kayn. But it is a 2-for-1 here for the red team, as Zoe will be taken down the second time, and Kayn picks up the second kill of his game. Being pretty close to transformation at this point already, I would assume. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's quite close. You can't really see. I wish there was a way to see it. I wish it had like a little indicator, you know, somewhere here maybe, or something in the passive, or just little stacks where it says like, okay, 100 stacks and he has like 50 for that and 6 for that or something. That would be pretty cool, but no. Okay, as Deft, this is notable. Deft looks for the all-in here, even though the levels are even. And he looks for the all-in in the minion wave, which sounds pretty counterintuitive. However, one thing that Irelia can do is she has a lot of dashes and a lot of maneuverability inside of a wave. So versus things like the Irelia and the Yasuo, things that you might be used to being an advantage for you can work out against you, as the solo kill will come through. But Sylvie ready. The Warthog, the E. The stun will land, but the kick into the Q will get the kill onto Irelia. Beautiful play by Deft there, trying to maybe outplay the Lee Sin, but let's be honest, it's not very realistic. Beautiful flash though, him flashing the Scatter the Weak there. Very good job. As the Zoe bubble will land, that is half HP missing, only. Honestly, not a lot of damage, but there is only a Tome and a Dark Seal available. That Dark Seal only 1 stack, so generally not much. Beautiful pickup here by the Kayn onto the Lee Sin. Shutdown as well for him. That is absolutely gorgeous for him. Definitely something that he wants. As the control ward will be blocking that ward, and we can start the Herald here. It's pretty obvious that the enemy team is doing Herald here for the blue team, but not much they can do, as Lee Sin still just yet on the map, and Syndra had to take a recall as well. Syndra will take a recall in this positioning as well, trading it out with Zoe, as Annie will move her way into the mid lane. Could open up a play opportunity, but doesn't look like it, as both of the mid laners have recalled. Kayn waiting, patiently waiting for Deft to finally start pushing this wave. Deft is kind of slow pushing the wave though, as Kayn can't wait no longer. Wants to get some stacks here, and will probably recall at this point, I would assume.
We need to regroup.
Yes, regroup or retreat. So he doesn't have the transformation yet. He will probably look for a Herald in the bottom lane here, as that would be pretty advantageous for him, and generally it's pretty easy to gank a Jhin. However, actually could potentially also be a mid lane gank. Getting the Zoe ahead could be huge, although Zoe doesn't seem to be performing very well at this current point in time, which is a little bit rough. So we will see how exactly the decision is going to be made. Oh, that is really rough. Another kill picked up here for the bot lane. Now it is going to be the Jhin going down, which means for Kayn, yeah, the Herald placement definitely not happening, but as he will pick up a kill onto the Syndra. Not going to place it though. He is ready to transform for blue form. And with first strike, you don't really know what he's going. It is one of these runes that you can kind of go on both of them, but it's much more advantageous for blue Kayn, so very likely that blue Kayn is going to be happening here. As Deft will move in here, and he has a 2-level lead over the Jace, which, as you can see, will make him play very reckless, as that is a lot of bonus HP that you have over your enemy, plus bonus 80, and basically just, you know, another item component over the enemy. As he does a beautiful job at holding the stun, still connects with it. Big damage coming out of him, and he will just take down the Jace. Once again, 0 and 5. Deft looking dominant. KDF, someone in the game here. But I think this is a Guangdong Freaks Academy player, so... Shadow Kayn is available here, yeah, as the Herald will be summoned in the mid lane now. Wouldn't be my favorite target, but it is what it is, as he will take down the Syndra once again. Snowballing the lane heavily in favor of the Zoe now, as ooh, you gotta be very careful with that Varus. Does hit the W. Zoe will go down to the kick and the Varus. Varus super scary. The ultimate is available here, and we will take down the Varus. Flash out of the way, get into the wall, and make your way out as Lee Sin is laying chase, and the flash Q by Sylvie will take down the Kayn. And any doesn't matter. Although, oh, some abilities coming up. The stun, but Tibbers goes down, and that would have been so good if Tibbers stayed alive there and was enraged by the stun. Unfortunately, didn't happen. Tibbers was desummoned right that second, and that absolutely sad. As Deft again picks up a kill onto the Jace here, and he does it on the back of a favorable lane state once again. So one thing that we can all note down is one of the fundamentals for the top lane: level leads and wave control. So if you have a long time to chase down the enemy, then generally it is a favorable position for you. So if you're pushing, you are losing. Unless, obviously, you can do something like this, where I would have expected Deft to move in here and stop the Jace. I think every main top laner would have moved in here instead and would have stopped the Jace, because your Kayn is in proximity. So every, like, let's say more experienced top laner would have done this, knowing that with Kayn you are winning 100% because this Jace is absolutely freaking delicious. As a little bit of a snag, but not really as an enemy. Alright. So Varus ultimate will catch the Kayn, but oh my god, he will be resetting that tower aggro. Will go down eventually to the Seraphine, who does use her flash, however. That is still pretty big, as that's really rough, dude. Varus ultimate didn't even stop the Kayn. Assassin Kayn very, very scary if ahead, and this one most definitely is ahead. As Deft will be taking down the turret here. Will give him a boost of money, but also create a lot of respite here for the Jace, who now finally can pick up some CS again. And he is instantly going to shove out the wave, which will create in a unfavorable lane state for him once again. Which, you know, you live, you lose, I guess. But he's going to move in again, and he will push out the next wave as Kayn, making his way into the mid lane, looking for that Varus again. Varus now has enough vision here, though. He will Yomu out, and we are looking for a Jhin ultimate to slow him down. So Jhin should probably just pop that ultimate. Jhin, just pop the curtain call, my dude. Ay. Yeah, if Jhin pops the curtain call there, that is what Kayn was waiting for, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, it is what it is. Zoe will be moving into the top lane now. Irelia moving into the bot lane, looking for some fresh food. I'm actually pretty sure that you can take the Syndra, but you can't take the Syndra and the Jace. Not at this point in time. As Jace poke does hit, but it's not a lot of damage. Jace will be W'd here, and the stun will land. Tibbers onto the Varus. Zoe doesn't hit anything so far. As Varus will be taking down the Annie, but Jace will be taking down the Jace. What? Jhin will be taking down the Jace, not Jace. I mean, Jace did kind of take himself out with that positioning, but that is not the point that I was trying to make, as Deft and both of the Fed members here on the flank making their way in now. As the walls are starting to close in, what will the blue team do? Varus just squanders and goes down, as Deft doesn't hit the stun and will have to move back a little bit, waiting for his jungler to come through. Flash W out of him will take down the Seraphine, as Deft will not be able to confirm any kills here for himself. However, he has been ample of a distraction. Jace eventually takes down the Kayn here, as the flash stun by Annie won't really get much out. Ooh, and that is a big swing for the blue team here, as Syndra will be able to take down 2 kills here of the Mitch, I believe. Yes. Takes down the Annie as well. Jace now on the hunt. I think Jace can dive this pretty much 100%. He does decide against it though. Can't blame him. Doesn't know where anyone is on the map. But honestly, I think if he was very careful, he would have been able to discern that he can take down the Jhin. It is what it is. Deft teleport will come out. Deft now has the Immortal Shield Bow and Blade of the Ruined King together with Steel Cups. So he is definitely very strong. And will move in to try and push out another wave. And open up a little bit of a play opportunity here for himself. Got to be a bit careful, because you don't want to move into the Lee Sin and the Jace. Lee Sin will be spotted out. Varus moving in as well, and the Seraphine as well. You cannot afford to fight this. And I believe this is where Deft will go down, as the kick will land, the W and the Varus ult. Deft wasting some time here, but in the end, it didn't even matter. As Kayn will secure a dragon for himself though. So that is still good for the red team here. Deft going down, giving over that gold is definitely not favorable. But at least a cross map is available here, as... Ooh. Listen, I'm not sure that you can fight the Kayn. I am not sure about it. We will find it out right now though. The Kayn respecting the fact that Jace is around. And I think I said Jace, but I meant Lee Sin. Name is very difficult for me today. If we remember the Jace taking out himself, which was, in actuality, a Jhin taking out a Jace. It's totally fine. Syndra is pushing out a wave here and might be able to get this tower. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. If she decides to take it, she will be able to take it. And that is just a little bit of standing gold into the pockets of the mid laner once again, who does have a Shadowfire coming up now. So 2 item power spike, pretty strong, as Jace will use his flash and get away from the Kayn. Kayn now with Prowler's Claw and Edge of Night. That is the holy duality. Haha! The holy duality of cringe items on him. That's when you can't stop him from running at you. And he's also way too fast, so you can't run away. And he also has Prowler Claws, so you can't dash away. And yeah, it's all a bit amazing, to be honest, to fight against him. So, Varus going for the classic. The poke build on Varus once again. So that seems to be a stable, at this point, seems to be the preferred build on Varus as well. Where in some situations, people end up going on hit. or AP, but most of the time it is going to be that lethality build. Together with Duskblade, interesting. Yeah, 3 people here hunting for Deft once again. As Annie and Kane are looking for the Varus. Oh, Varus not spotted out here, I believe, but would absolutely be down. Nope, he's spotted out here. As yes, finally the Jhin ultimate will connect, but the flash out of the Varus. And we respect the teleport in from the Syndra as Varus can buy way too much time. Syndra will take down the Annie. Annie flashes in the hopes of getting her Tibers off, doesn't get it off. 0, 5, and 5. Not a good look for this Annie, but it doesn't matter because, you know, later on, 5-man Annie stun, you still do more than enough. More than ample damage. So, should be fine. As Kane. Ooh, might be looking for a kill here on to the Jace, which I think is going to be interesting. Not sure how much of a chance Jace stands, and it's absolutely true. Not too much, as we are emoting. We're looking for the Jhin here. Jhin will flash out of the way. Zoe will be fine for now. As, ooh, the fiesta ensues. Zoe finds herself alone, isolated in the team, but so do Varus and Seraphine, and we do take that trade as Zoe seems to... Yeah, Zoe got away as well, which is obviously absolutely great. Kane now just fishing for some Ws. As Sylvie, still a formidable enemy, is going to be quite scary, and we are finishing... We're starting the dragon here, but... the Baron here, but we gotta be a little bit careful. As the Annie, Ignite, and Tibers will hold down Sylvie for a while, but that is absolutely huge. That is the... Oh my god, the Scatter the Weak will pick up the Kane here. And that is very scary. Together with the Jace. Jace poke will take down... Ooh, Deft Wing the Syndra ultimate there, which doesn't absolutely do anything, as it just gives you resistance to physical damage. But the Baron has been stopped as Zoe will pick up a kill and flash out of the way. Shutdown over to the Zoe. It's been about time that she gets useful. And it seems like now the blue team is going to be able to pick up a dragon for themselves. This Jhin ultimate, not likely to do much. Yeah, just wants to clear out the wave, but it's not going to be enough. Zoe coming in. Sylvie taking lethal amounts of damage, but there just is no one there. The Deft teleport catching out the blue team here. Actually, this might be absolutely the angle, as Kane is laying chase to the enemy AD carry, and the Prowler's Claw will get him close, and the Q will finish the job as Seraphine also goes down. Sylvie making his way out again, though. Oh my god, Sylvie is one heck of a scary player, but with Sylvie taken down here, eventually. Beautiful ultimate by Kane there, actually. But with Sylvie taken down, eventually Jace will go down as well, as he finds himself in the wrong neighborhood. Any stun will not land. But the bubble. And that means almost everyone is dead now. Deft working on the last member, but the last member able to dodge out of the ultimate here. And Kane still hunting, but, you know. And I don't know that we can take the Baron here. So, in the end, nothing really came of it. That's kind of a rough situation to be in, as it looked really good here for the red team, as Deft found a great angle there. But right now, not really too favorable, I would say. Okay, not starting the dragon. Instead, hunting for the Syndra. The W will miss once again, which is really rough. The smite. And the Prowl is gone. She goes down anyway. Too much point and click damage. He might, you know, even misses the W. Misses the Q as well. Still doesn't get punished. Because Kane is a great champion to play against. Alright, so. Red team has slain the dragon indeed. As another dragon goes over to their bank, but only 2 dragons, so no soul point ready quite yet, and that means that the dragon is not going to be super impactful here, as Jace will take down a turret, which will give him a little bit of that standing gold off of the map. Nothing crazy going on there. However, obviously, right, all the money that you can get right now does matter, because you land a couple of good pokes onto someone like the Jhin, and maybe a team fight is going to be a little bit more difficult. Because obviously Kayn does lose his Edge of Night. That is actually kind of impactful, I would say. Sylvie, though, being caught out of position like that is absolutely humongous, and that is really big L here for the red team. Sylvie being way too greedy there. Oh, beautiful try by Annie, but the double flash out, and Annie will not find anything once again, but that doesn't matter, as Deft will take down the Syndra, and Kayn will take down the Jace. The Sin still down, and in the end, even the AD carry and support go down, as the FF comes through, and that is the game. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.